So many of the injuries we see after a hurricane are related to cleanup of the debris, repairing structures, and seeing associated injuries such as traumatic injuries with that process. We also see injuries from animals such as snake bites, stray dogs that may have wandered off during a storm and have become aggressive because they don't know where they are or who is around them. We also see many illnesses related to people who have become more ill over the past days that they've been unable to see their doctor and are now starting to come into the emergency department. So when people are doing cleanup, it's very, very important that they stay safe as best as they can to avoid heights when possible, and especially when they are not familiar or experienced with construction or cleaning up debris, is to leave it to professionals and pay someone to do it to make sure that they don't get injured. I'd like to also caution people from wading through water. People may not know what is underneath the water and can very commonly become injured. Also, that water is extremely dirty from post-storm drainage, so it's important that people stay out of it and wait for the waters to recede prior to entering their house and looking for their belongings. People should really try and avoid power lines. That includes driving over them with a car. That's still extremely dangerous, and so even though a power line may not look like it has power to it, it very well could and can be lethal if you step on it. So medical conditions that are worsening, people who are suffering from fluid overload, such as dialysis patients, people who are having chest pain, who are becoming more and more ill. Those individuals we see pretty frequently. Usually after a hurricane such as this, the emergency department becomes pretty overwhelmed with those who are ill and those who are injured. And so we try and see those patients who are most sick first. And the emergency department can sometimes be burdened with those individuals after a storm. So it's really important that if it's something that you think you can wait and to see your primary care doctor about, you do so.